Okay, what we're going to do today is to go through the process of setting up a remote for the radio station. The assumption I have right at the very beginning of all of this is that you've got TeamViewer working on your machine, you have some sort of a player you're going to be using for your remote, and you have an encoder. If you're using either Radio Boss or SAM, they're in the same program. And by the way, the login information you'll need will be independent of this video. So let's get started by opening up our TeamViewer, and we're going to start by going into SAM and having a look at the configuration there. Now, once we've logged into SAM, and I've already minimized the SAM main screen, whatever you do, do not close out SAM. We still require this to broadcast on the internet. Anyway, what we're going to do, just to give you an idea on this, is the first thing you do is open up Internet Explorer by simply clicking on the icon. When it opens up, it's already set up to play your remote. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the audio level, which is right here on the player, and I'm just going to reduce that down to 0, or thereabouts. There it is, 0. And then that way, once we start streaming, we're not going to be going on air and overriding what's happening in other areas. Just to make everything simple, I'm going to close out the window that's going into the SAM machine, and I'm going to open up our Radio Boss. That's the program I happen to be using. And to get down to Radio Boss, all I have to do is to scroll down till I get into the R's on my menuing system. Perhaps on yours it's a little bit easier in other ways. So I'm just opening up Radio Boss. Now, I've already set it up so that when I open Radio Boss, it's automatically connecting. And that's what you're seeing down here, that the fact that this has already connected to our server to move the information from the remote site to the radio station. If you're using Radio Boss for the hockey remote or at Auto Talk, it will automatically start playing. If you're in SAM, start your music playing and move forward. Once you have this connected, and we can see down here that we have a connection already connected to the remote streaming server. I'm just going to minimize this, and then we go back over here to TeamViewer. This time, we're going to have a look at the OnAir module for DJB at Whistle Radio. So it's going to open up, and now we're seeing what DJB is doing at this time. Just so you're aware, right now it says we have 55 seconds left in this particular tune, so I'll be quick. What you would do at this point is click the automation off by clicking on the Jock Assist mode right here. You just make sure that's in the red, and that way at the end of the song, DJB will simply stop, and then you can start to do whatever you're doing. It would be best to have two windows open at the same time. And just so I don't do anything disastrous to the station, I'm going to put it back in auto mode. It's best to use a visual reference for your crossfade on this, because the time delay between what's going on at the station and what you're going to hear on any remote appliance, either a laptop or a cell phone or anything, could be up to 30 seconds, and that would not be the best for the overall station. So I'm going to put this to bed, and then we're going to go back into SAM. And let's just assume that at this point the music is winding down on DJB and we want to get going. So what we would do is come back over to here and simply bring the level back up. That will then make your feed from your remote location the feed that's being broadcast at the radio station. There's nothing more you need to do to be able to, do this sort of thing. Now, just on the off chance that you want to verify on a cell phone or on a remote computer or laptop somewhere that you are in fact streaming. As I said, in Radio Boss, if I just bring that back up again, it says right here on the bottom of the screen that it is in fact connected. If you're using SAM and you want to be more secure on it, you can open up any browser, and I'm just going to zoom in right here. There it is, remote.whistlefm.com. If you're streaming and you go to that particular website, it's all set up so that you'll be able to listen to whatever you're streaming. By the way, we can support about 25 simultaneous listeners, so there's no need to worry about turning this on and off in terms of congestion on the overall server. So go ahead and do your show, whatever it is you're doing, hockey game, auto talk, block party, whatever you want to be doing. When you're all done, what you want to do is to more or less do this whole process in reverse. You can, in fact, open up 2 windows on TeamViewer, and I'll do that right now. And I'm going to open up DJB. So we just go DJB, open it up, and it will connect us in. There we are. Now, hypothetically, this would all have been stopped because we're doing the hockey game or whatever. So what we would do is scroll down until we get to whatever hour we happen to be in. So let's say we're going to be starting at 6 o'clock. Well, then we just go back up, find 6 o'clock, and just hit click and then hit auto on. That's this button here. We would just turn that, because it would be red. We would turn it back on, then click play next item, and that will restart DJB. I'm going to put this back to where it belongs because obviously we don't want to be disrupting our listenership on the radio station. So once you've got this ready to start, or it's started, and you got to be a little faster on this one, what you want to do is to go back to SAM and turn this down fairly quickly. And then by doing that, you now have turned off the remote player on the SAM computer, which will be broadcasting over the station, and you're back onto your own systems. The last thing you want to do before you wrap up your day is to go back into your encoder, and I'm going to put these away so we don't have too much congestion at the station. What you want to do is to go back down into your encoder, which in this case is Radio Boss, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the encoding so that somebody else who needs to go in for another event will be able to do that without any problems or issues. So that's our wrap up on how to do this. I hope that's a quickie explanation. This will be available to you. All of your passwords will be sent to you by email. And enjoy and have a great broadcast.